Robert Lepage is a playwright, actor, stage and film director who was born on December 12, 1957 in Quebec City. He is one of the most celebrated and honored Canadian theater artists on the international scene. He is quite known for his innovative style of mise en scène that often mixes the new media with the traditional theater conventions. Lepage was raised in Quebec City, a city that will have tremendous impact on his work as it is often used as the backdrop to his films or plays. At age 5, he was diagnosed with a rare form of alopecia, which causes hair loss all over the body. Lepage was subject of mockery from his fellow classmates because of that disease, which resulted in him struggling with severe depression as a teenager. As a young adult, Lepage turned to theater, where he found a refuge. He attended the Conservatoire d'Art Dramatique in Quebec City from 1975 to 1978. After a short period of time spent in Paris, where he completed his studies in acting, Lepage came back to Quebec, where he joined the Théâtre Lepage. He then created the play that would make him receive recognition outside of Quebec. This play is entitled The Dragon's Trilogy, and it was created in 1985. Then, in 1993, Robert Lepage founded a multidisciplinary production company called Ex Machina, where he still acts as an art director. With that production company, Lepage toured extensively outside of Quebec and Canada with numerous productions that received critical and popular acclaim, such as The Seven Streams of the River Ota. Created in 1994, this play is a good example of Lepage's transdisciplinary work. This play involves an audiovisual installation integrating multi-images, pre-recorded video, as well as videos that are edited in front of a live audience. The play was shown as a work in progress and was completed in 1997, with its final version runs 7 hours long. The same year, Lepage was made Officer of the Order of Canada for his particularly imaginative and innovative work. Recently, last summer, Robert Lepage created an event especially for the celebrations of the 400th anniversary of Quebec City. Quebec City is Lepage's hometown and often source of inspiration. The innovative 40-minute show called The Image Mill featured one of the largest outdoor architectural projection ever made. Lepage used the surface of grain elevators and buildings located on the banks of Bassin Louise as a giant screen. The Image Mill covers 4 great periods in Quebec City's history, from exploration to settlement to development to contemporary life. It is a good example of Lepage's interest in creative possibilities that offer new technologies. Although Lepage is mostly known for his stage work, as we have just seen, he has had a successful career as a filmmaker as well. It is that side of Lepage's career that is covered in the article entitled Robert Lepage, Art in the Danger Zone, from the work The View from Here, Conversations with Gay and Lesbian Filmmakers in the course pack. It is the written version of an interview conducted by the author Matthew Hayes during the Toronto International Film Festival in 2006. The article focuses on Robert Lepage's background and discusses his point of view on being labeled a gay filmmaker. Lepage first states that he has never felt as being a part of the gay community, where he finds the desire for physical perfection that governs that community has always left him feel rejected because of his appearance. Lepage then addresses how AIDS has affected the community in making it very conformist. You have to look good, you have to look healthy. In his work, Lepage notes that characters are rarely gay, and if they are, it is only because it suits the story. It is not a central theme to his work. The gay content just happens. Therefore, Lepage finds the label a bit reductive, as the gay theme is only a small part of his work. Lepage goes on to describe how in the Anglophone media the question of homosexuality is very present, more than in the French press. When asked about his role as a gay filmmaker, Lepage notes that he is a filmmaker who happens to be gay rather than a gay filmmaker. The interview in the course pack then shifts to Lepage's creative process and his thoughts on creativity. In creating whether a film or a stage show, Lepage likes to place himself in what he calls the danger zone. The act of confronting fears is crucial for Lepage's work, and I quote, "Our priorities change when we're in the danger zone. Our ego vanishes in those situations." He later says in the interview, "I think of something I'm unsure of, and then proceed to examine it. It takes time. It means taking a risk. It means having terrible opening nights, but wonderful closing nights." It is the need to put himself in this danger zone that led Lepage to filmmaking, stating that he directed his first film, Le Confessionnal, in 1995, not knowing what he was doing at all, but learning through the process of filming. In 1998, Lepage created a satirical and politically charged film inspired by his play The Seven Streams of the River Ota that left critics in Quebec raging but was acclaimed at the Toronto International Film Festival. Entitled No, it is set during the 1970 October crisis in Quebec when nationalist terrorists took politicians hostage in promotion to their cause, which was the independence and separation of Quebec from the rest of Canada. The film was not well received by the Quebec critics who thought the comedic tone of the film didn't suit the serious subject matter. The title is a pun which reflects the narrative structure of the film, linking the 1980 referendum, where the option no won, to the traditional Japanese theater no. The short clip that I will show to you is the most political and possibly the most comedic scene of the film No. It is a cult scene among actors and actresses in Quebec because it says very explicitly what many Quebec artists in the 1970s were feeling at the time. Not enough recognition towards their own work, the work of the colonized, as it is said in the clip, and more praise at the time was given to French art. The scene, which features Sophie, an actress, as she dines with the Canadian ambassador and his wife right after a representation of the play in which she was cast. The ambassador and his chatty wife become uncomfortable as Sophie confronts them on the poor quality of the play. Sophie talks about how ridiculous it is that a bad French play from France, played by Quebec actors using a French accent, represents Canada at the Universal Exhibition in Osaka, Japan. Sophie later repeats the famous declaration by Général de Gaulle, "Long live free Quebec," adding a more personal touch to the quote.